There is probably no more colorful figure, certainly no more controversial figure than Madonna. Well, Madonna is making another bid for stardom, movie stardom now. So far, her screen success hasn't matched her triumphs on concert stage and record. However, the Material Girl has materialized in a provocative documentary that not only could change all that, but shows once again, no one breaks the rules like Madonna. Steve Fox has more.
Truth or Dare is Madonna's behind-the-scenes, on-the-road, no-holds-barred concert tour. A rockumentary, if you will.
Celebration, come together in every nation.
Madonna's fans may adore the vulnerable, sensitive, maternal depiction of their idol.
I mean, Dad, I'd love it if you'd come to both shows. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty racy in some sections. I don't know if you could take it 2 nights in a row.
Critics may see this as a primitive home movie. A self-ploitation film, violating the boundaries of good taste.
You undressed in this performance?
No.
Some parts of the film show you, expose you in a light which is not terribly flattering, as you probably know.
Well, that's life, though.
You come across sometimes as a little crude, demanding, temperamental.
Yeah.
Why were you willing to show that side of yourself to people? Why do that?
Because that side of myself exists.
Yes, but there's no real reason to show it to people, is there?
No, in my mind there is a reason, of
Is there?
course. I mean, the movie just isn't about me and the other side of me. The movie's also about, it's to sort of, and I say it in the movie, it's to explode the myth of that people that we raise up on a pedestal, people that we turn into icons, people that, you know, we make them inhuman, and we don't give them human attributes. And so they're not allowed to they're not allowed to fail, they're not allowed to make mistakes, they're not allowed to
have flaws?
Exactly. And so what I'm saying is, look, these things exist. For every bit of strength I have, there's this much weakness. For every bit of happiness I have, there's this much sadness.
I understand your point. It's a point well taken. But what I was curious about, and I'll tell you something that a person I saw your film with said. We were watching that scene where you were at the cemetery visiting your mother's grave, and you hadn't been there for years.
Yeah.
And this person I was with, a writer in our show, said, you know, there aren't any private moments in this woman's life, that you let people look at the most intimate parts of you. I mean, your emotions. And
But
why do you do that?
But see, if that was all there was to me, that movie was me, the sum total of me, maybe I would feel bad about what I'd done. But still, I give you all of this of my life, and there's so much more. But let me just tell you that it's not, I have to keep telling you this is not just a movie about me. It's a movie about celebrity, but it's also a movie that touches on a lot of different issues. I mean, it's a slice of life. I mean, you don't just see my life. You see, the dancers that I work with, you see, little bits and pieces of their lives. You see, I deal with a lot of topical issues, family issues and what I think to be a big problem in the United States, and that's homophobia. I mean, that's there's a real big section in the movie devoted to that.
Yes,
and
you know that some people are going to find, your fans will love the film, I think, but some people are going to find sections of it offensive.
Well, that's their problem, though.
You don't care?
No, of course not, because, see, these things exist in life. I'm only presenting life to people, I'm not presenting anything that probably they're not exposed to, in everyday life, but maybe they don't want to deal with it. If you keep putting something in somebody's face, eventually, maybe they can come to terms with it.
This is Madonna on a one-woman crusade to change the world, to change people's attitudes?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Quite flatly, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to, but maybe I'll start. Maybe I'll open the door.
Okay.
Somebody's got to do it, and you got to start somewhere.
Let's talk about movies.
Okay.
Is it important for you to be successful in movies?
Yes.
Very.
Yes.
Are you nervous about Evita? You're going to play the title role?
I hope so.
This is what I understand. It's
no, I'm not nervous about it at all.
Because most of your films have not been very successful.
Yeah, so?
Doesn't bother you?
No.
If they're not successful, Hollywood will eventually stop calling.
Well, I'm not worried about that.
You're not?
No.
You're sure you can do it?
Yeah.
What makes you so sure? Because it's not necessarily to be a great pop star. It's not necessarily to be a great actress.
Yes, I know. I'm aware of that. Because I just feel confident about it.
Well, critics wonder, can you play somebody besides yourself? That persona which you have, so well defined.
Well, I guess they're going to find out.
Tesh. And Madonna swept into Manhattan last night with Truth or Dare, giving New Yorkers a look at her new movie and the world a look at her new Dark Do. A brown-haired Madonna was all smiles at the New York premiere of Truth or Dare, the behind-the-scenes film that followed her on the Blonde Ambition tour. Of course, for the tour, she was blonde, but at Monday's LA premiere, she sported black hair. So last night, Entertainment Tonight posed a Truth or Dare question. What is Madonna's natural hair color? As always, she was sure to shock.
It's brown. Looking at it. It's brown. You want to see my pubic hair so we can, you know, make sure I'm not lying?
Want to play? Right now? Right now, come on. Ask what you want first. Truth or Dare?
Truth or Dare puts the private side of Madonna under a microscope. There's a combination of celebrity glitz and glamour with a sense that her life can often be lonely. But Madonna says the film isn't all about her.
No, I don't think in the end that this movie is so much about me. I think it's about life. I think it touches issues that everybody deals with in life but doesn't want to admit that they're dealing with. Homophobia, sexual abuse of women, family issues, alcoholism, all kinds of stuff.
Take your shirt off.
Want to take it off?
Mm-hmm.
The film has its raunchy moments and some nude scenes. Madonna also admitted that Truth or Dare has some parts that make her uneasy.
A lot of parts make me uncomfortable. That's because the truth makes me uncomfortable. But I can deal with it.
What are you going to do for an encore?
The premiere last night was a media mania, with the star holding court amidst a sea of security guards and photographers. As for the stars who saw the film, the reviews were unanimous.
I think it's wonderful. It's fun. It's the first time we ever get really to see, that I've ever seen, what the real inside of the very tough life of goddessdom is.
She's a pretty provocative girl, and she is political. I think she was right in what she said. The film was about love, and it was about sex. She's enriching the public debate.
We had a great time. It's beautifully directed. It's courageous. It's funny.
I'm thrilled. I don't mind dirt, but I'm always I'm a sucker for a good review.
Last night's Truth or Dare premiere raised over $100,000 for the American Foundation for AIDS Research.
To give me that little extra something special, to show everybody here that I did make something out of my life. Amen. Have a great show.
Okay.
Truth or Dare is the latest creation from the highly marketable imagination of Madonna Louise Veronica Ciccone. The 30-year-old international superstar, thriving in the spotlight and surviving controversies that seem to erupt from her sexual frankness. In the past 8 years, Madonna, the persona, has attracted attention, fans, and millions of dollars in record and ticket sales.
You've made, I don't know, hundreds of millions of dollars, I guess. Forbes magazine called you...
Oh, Forbes is always, you know, they don't know.
They called you perhaps America's most successful businesswoman.
Uh-huh.
Said maybe you made $125 million in the past 5 years.
Well,
now,
that's gross. That's not net.
Well, but still, that's a lot of money. I mean, have you ever thought of...
I have a lot of taxes. Thank you, George Bush.
Well, but you've got to make a lot of money to pay a lot of taxes. Have you ever thought, look, I've done enough. Why don't I just knock it off? Why don't I stop performing? Why don't I take the money?
Because I never got into this for the money. I mean, monetary success is not enough for me.
But you've got money, you've got fame.
Yeah, but I need to express myself. I need to be creative, and that's what it's always been about for me. People go around thinking I have all these preconceived ideas. Okay, I'm going to manipulate the press here, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do this, and that's going to get me more money. You know, that's not how I think. I've just been lucky.
Is that why your image seems to change periodically? That this is a new expression of how you feel at the moment?
Absolutely.
It's not manipulative, it's not planned.
No, it's
not
just,
this is what people will pay attention to.
It's just a new feeling I have. It's a new idea I have about something. It's a new thing that I want to say. I mean,
it's not premeditated?
No.
Honestly?
No.
It is, this is how I feel at this moment?
That's right.
Huh, a lot of people would be surprised by that. Because they look on you as like this master of manipulation.
Yeah, well, I understand why they think that, because one feels uncomfortable thinking that someone could be so spontaneously interesting. You know,
or spontaneously right on with what the public wants.
Right on, exactly. And I think people feel more comfortable going, well, they planned all. If you say someone's calculated, then it sort of takes something away from their creative abilities. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do. So you would say it's not mercenary, it's not that I'm a great tactician, it's that I have this instinct.
That's right. I have a great instinct.
Huh. You've been quoted saying that the great thing about having money is you can use it to help other people.
Yeah, well, it is great. I mean, it is great. It gives you a real...
sense of power?
Yeah, that too.
And you like that?
Of course I do. I'm a control freak.
In the film, there's this one scene, you're sitting on the floor showing some earrings to the people you work with. They say, those earrings make you look beautiful. And you say, earrings don't make you look beautiful, money makes you look beautiful.
Yeah, well,
This is Madonna kidding around, or what?
That was a flippant remark. I mean, let's face it, most people with money are, even if they're horribly unattractive or they're without talent, at least have, you know, are called distinguished.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Money does give people a certain...
Can elevate them in status?
Absolutely. Well, you know, and sometimes they haven't really had to do anything for it, so...
When you were a kid, did you want money, or was
No.
it something else you wanted?
No, I never thought about money when I was a child. I thought about being accepted and getting people's approval and being loved. I mean, those are the things I wanted. You know, when you grow up and you feel something's missing in your life, you go, you know, there's this little voice inside of your head that's going to say, like, I'm going to show them, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to make everybody love me, like that kind of a thing.
You've been quoted as saying that you have this iron will, and one of the reasons for this iron will is you live with this fear of being mediocre.
Right.
Does that still exist? With all the success you've had, still exist?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Honestly, that's hard for, I'm sure hard for people
Well,
to
I have
believe.
moments where I think, okay, wow, I look back and I think, wow, I've really accomplished a lot. But, yeah, I mean, I do think that. Maybe that's why I try so hard.
What do you do when you relax, when you're not working? Or are you ever not working?
I don't usually relax. But when hopefully I sleep.
Hopefully. I hear you have some sleeping problems on occasion.
Yeah, I do.
Insomniac.
Yeah, I'm an insomniac.
Lord. What do you think about when you lie awake at night?
I don't know if I can say that on television.
Well, tell me what you can say.
Well, look, okay.
Do you make up lists?
Well, I think, yeah, I mean, I go through all the things I did that day, and mostly I go over all of my mistakes, which are generally in abundance. And what else? And then I think about what I'm going to do the next day, the next week, the next month.
What do you mean you don't usually relax? You don't relax?
I don't know how to relax. No, I'm a certifiable workaholic.
Are you the kind of person that gets bored easy? If you weren't working, would you get bored?
Absolutely. Yeah. I get bored when I'm working sometimes, too. I mean, if everything isn't up to, well, I mean, I'm a perfectionist.
And a control freak, a self-avowed control freak.
Yes, I'm that, too. It's like, so I'm anal retentive, I'm a workaholic, I have insomnia, and I'm a control freak.
What a life.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you something.
That's why I'm not married.
Is that why you're not married?
Yeah, probably. Who could stand me?
Madonna divorced actor Sean Penn after 3.5 years of marriage. She says she misses being married, and she says she wants at least one child.
What kind of mom do you think you'd be?
I'm gonna be a real taskmaster
I
of a
bet.
mother. Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's good.
I mean...
Well, I mean, I think I'll probably be very stern, a real disciplinarian.
You have been quoted as saying that you needed to have traditional values to have something to rebel against.
Yes.
That's part of who made you who you are.
Yeah.
How are you, Madonna, going to teach traditional values to a kid?
But I have them. Do you think that I don't have them?
I don't know you very well, to be honest, but your image is of this rebel, this person who breaks taboos.
But you have to have a structure before you can go off of the structure. I mean, I break taboos, but I'm
an old-fashioned girl?
I am. Well, I mean, I was raised with very traditional values.
Yes,
and,
but people change. Have you changed?
But people change to a certain extent, but there are certain things that are built into me, you know? I mean, I still have, you know, my father's philosophies ingrained in my brain in terms of like a work ethic and a sense of morals, and, you know, my whole value system is still, you know, deeply ingrained in me.
Well, how about Catholicism?
Well, how about it?
Well, you were raised a strict Catholic.
Yeah.
Are you a Catholic now?
Well, I'm a lapsed Catholic. I mean, there are certain things about Catholicism, like you know, it's all goes into that same category that I can't get rid of. I mean, I have there are certain rituals, there are certain, I mean, marriage, for instance, it was a really big deal for me that my marriage failed because in the Catholic Church, you know, I mean, it's a sacrament, and you know, it's never supposed to end till death do you part. I mean, that's what the priest says, and I was married in the Catholic Church, so it was very difficult for me.
You feel like
even though I'm a liberated person, and I, you know, fairly liberal, on the one hand, on the other hand, I felt that I'd done something really wrong.
That you had failed, or you'd sinned?
That I'd failed, yeah, not that I'd sinned, no.
Where do you see yourself in 20 years, or do you think that far ahead?
I'm not thinking that far ahead.
You've never sat down and thought, what do I want for my future?
God, well, I mean, when I'm 50 years old, I hope to be happy, number one. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'll have children, so that would be good.
Is it important for you to be married to have children? I mean, you want to have a father around the house?
A father's good, yes. Father's essential.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Like dad around the house, mom and dad married?
Absolutely, yeah.
Is that possible for you? Is that guy out there for you?
Well, I hope so.
Well, I know, but do you ever worry about that?
Well, I have hope. That's all I can say.